Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. This has been a test of my emergency broadcasting system, the TheDailyWoo broadcasting system. If this had been an actual emergency, that motorcycle that you just heard drive by would not have been included in that annoying sound that you just heard. It's my second channel, daily blog channel. It's TheDailyWoo testing sound coming to you. Hopefully we do not have an emergency that happens on TheDailyWoo. We can cross our fingers and hope that does not happen, but it's good to have a test, a training noise, if you will, to prepare yourself for an emergency. I don't know why I said fur instead of for. I'm not wearing any fur, unless you count Gizmo as a furry little creature from the Gremlins. Fur for fur. Very weird. Speaking of training, I am here at the training facility, the Fire Training Center in Anaheim / Garden Grove / Orange County to you and I. And right behind me is a fire tower that is being prepared, that is being readied by the emergency facility crew. That would mean police officers, fire chiefs, firemen, and a plethora of other people who are here to protect us in case of fire. And you can actually see it off in the background there. It's basically a 4-story building, and you can see some of the charred remains down the side of the building. Now, that is not an actual building. That was a building that is built for the training of firemen who are put here, who put their lives in danger to protect us and to save us from the elements of fire. And I thought it would be very interesting to show you guys kind of what's going on. I am not sure if they are going to be lighting up the building today, but we will get kind of an inside view, a little behind the scenes training view, as well as a behind the scenes of this fantastic mailbox, which is fire and flame themed in front of the fire department training facility. I've been walking around for a while. I was thinking maybe they were going to ablaze the building, but I am not sure if they're actually working on that sort of training today. But they are actually doing a little bit of rappelling down the side of the building, basically training. Are they called cadets? What is a fire recruit or a fireman when he first joins? Would that be a cadet? I'm not really sure the terminology of firemen and the rankings of firemen, but they're training. I'm guessing the new guys, or maybe even the experienced guys, are teaching the younger fold that's coming into the fireman flock basically how to rappel down the side of a building. And you can actually see them right up there. Look at that. There's actually 4 or 5 guys right up there, and they're about to rappel. So I should actually shut my mouth and actually get a little closer view and show you guys what exactly they're doing up there. Here we go. Look at this guy's. This guy's about ready to go. Like I was saying, you can actually see where the blackened charcoal-esque part of the building was. And look at them, they're rappelling right there. So that guy just went down the side of the building, and it looks like there's actually a woman there that's about to go down the side of the building. So first we had the one gentleman going down, and now the woman firefighter is actually going down the side of the building. And I am guessing, I'm assuming, that this is actually training them in case of an emergency, if maybe the top floor, the second floor, or the third floor is on fire and they need to escape a building, other than taking the elevator, which normally during a fire is turned off. The electricity might be turned off, and they can't really jump down from the top of the building, so they have to learn how to rappel, and that's what they're doing right here. That's actually super, super cool. I do not know what is actually going on behind this wall. I do not know the training techniques. Basically, things I'm telling you are just things that I'm seeing. Basically, what I'm seeing with my own eyes and my camera's eyes. So please never think that I am an expert on what I'm telling you, because I film a different unedited vlog every day. Every day I show you what I am seeing. And I am not knowledgeable on every aspect of every single subject. Just like if you were to do something every day, you learn something every day. And my whole goal is to learn something new, basically by showing you something and then reading your comments and what you post on the social networks, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I can learn from people who are more knowledgeable about these subjects, like you might be. So please post some comments down below if anything I am saying is incorrect, or if you have more knowledge on any subject, including fire department training. Just like this, I actually have a friend, one of the guys back in my band a long time ago was actually a fireman. He actually did a lot of this sort of stuff as well, and he was actually telling me, now if you have actually been a fireman, or if any fire crew people are actually watching this vlog, he told me something that was kind of interesting. You know how there are paid firemen and then there are people who are not paid? They're basically fire department volunteers. He was saying that sometimes the volunteers actually are kind of problem starters in a way sometimes. He said sometimes certain volunteers will get so bored sitting around the firehouse that they will go out and actually start fires in some areas. Maybe this is a Florida thing versus a California thing. So if anyone has an experience on a fire crew, if you're a full-time paid employee fireman versus a fire recruit, did you have any problems with fire recruits actually going out, starting brush fires or something to try to put them out? Sometimes those would cause more of a problem, which is kind of strange. It's kind of strange to me that a fireman, a recruit, not a recruit, but a volunteer fireman, someone that is not paid, who is inexperienced, would actually start a fire. That way his fellow firemen would have to go put the fire out. That's very interesting to me. So if you know anything about that subject matter, fill me in on that, because I find that very fascinating. And this is very fascinating right here. Look at this. And as you can see on the side, they actually have a remembrance flag for 9/11 in New York City, which a lot of firefighters lost their lives in that building and on that tragic day. And they've actually forever immortalized their memory of that on the side of this concrete structure, painted that on there. The rappelling thing is actually super, super cool. I've never done rappelling. Maybe one day I could try that. I've never actually done one of those rock wall climbings either. I guess this kind of simulates the same thing, except the rock wall you're normally climbing up, where rappelling you're climbing down. Maybe one day I can actually get the gumption to do that. You can actually see the Anaheim Angels baseball stadium, which is right there. The parking lot's right there. There is something going on. There's a bunch of cars in the parking lot. It is not the season yet, baseball season yet. In fact, spring training just started in Florida and in Arizona, so soon the baseball season will be starting. So maybe they're having a pre-season event over there, maybe some sort of convention, I'm not really sure. But we are not filming over there. I just wanted to show you this awesome training facility, which I find very, very fascinating. The beauty of these daily vlogs is I basically just show you what I see on a daily basis. I put up a new video on my main channel, the TheDailyWoo channel, this weird, wacky, abandoned, strange, mysterious staircase in Los Angeles. Some people liked the video. Some people did not like the video, just like some people don't like every TheDailyWoo. Some people love some of the TheDailyWoo, some people dislike, and some people straight are repulsed by the TheDailyWoo. At least that's the opinion that some people present in comments down below. So please, I'm going to encourage you that before you leave a comment down below, unless you are just basically a straight up hater of what I do, then obviously I cannot yield or harness your hate and taper that back at all. But if you follow me on a daily basis, if you are encouraging to me, and you have something, an issue with basically what I am filming, what I am showing you not only on a daily basis, but a main channel basis, and you want to share your opinion on what I could do better, I love hearing your guys' opinions. But please proofread what you say and then read it back as if someone was telling it to you. And then think to yourself, maybe this is a little too harsh, maybe I should reword this. And that actually would mean a lot to me. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. To quote a biblical Bible verse, which I'm not trying to bring the Bible into this today in any way. However, that is a good terminology to follow. So just remember that when you post comments down below, especially if you are a follower of what I do and a subscriber, and you enjoy seeing new things and have an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. I have an opinion. You have an opinion. Ma'am, sir, children. So remember, when you post your opinion, if you are on my side, please proofread what you say, because sticks, they say, this is what they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And my dad told me something a long time ago. That phrase is absolutely false. Sticks and stones do break bones, but words are very, very hurtful. So just remember that. That phrase, that old-timey phrase, is absolutely 100% not true. Did not mean to digress from that subject. The whole subject matter was this awesome facility right here. You can see these other guys are going to rappel down the side. And let me walk back around the forefront of the area over here, and we can actually show you some of the other firemen that are actually donned in their fire department attire, their hats and their coats, which is actually super cool. Maybe I can get you guys a little bit of a closer view of some of the charred building, which is actually really cool. And even though this thing is not engulfed in flames, I'm sure there are videos online of people who have actually taken some cell phone videos, or maybe even some really good quality videos of the firemen training. But in all actuality, I had looked this place up and I thought, I'm going to go do a vlog and show off the fact that this exists. I had no idea that they were actually going to be doing training today. So even though this thing is not billowing with smoke and billowing with flames, it's definitely way better than I had pre-planned this, because I thought it was basically going to be empty today. I did not think that the firemen would be out here training on a weekend day. So that's actually super, super cool. Right over here is that dried up riverbed as well. I think I did a vlog there a week or two ago. There's the stadium right there. And I hope you have your tetanus shot, because this looks a little bit dangerous and sketchy. That is rusted out wire made of barbed wire. Okay, you can kind of see we are not allowed to jump this fence. That would be very treacherous and very dangerous to me, not only because I would probably plummet and fall and break my leg, but also because we are not allowed over this, because they are training right over there. Oh yeah, look at these. These are doors. Burned doors that they use. Look at this. There's a bunch of different doors all through here that they actually put up in the training facility, and they burn them. That's actually burnt. And look at that. Here is a fire hydrant down there, a removable fire hydrant. That's cool. And you can see the Orange, California Fire Department trucks right over there. Which is actually super cool. Are you guys still with me? Are you still watching this vlog? We're 15 minutes in. Hopefully you guys are still harnessed into the excitement of what is happening right here. And as you can see, there's actually a bunch of people out. There's actually a group of guys over here standing See them over there? They're discussing what the next technique will be, what the next training procedure will be. I think the thing that would terrify me the most would not be harnessing down the building, but actually leaping between where the wall ends and the emptiness of that one floor is and going down to the next one. That would actually make me lose my lunch, even though I have not eaten lunch yet. It's pre-lunchtime at the moment. If I was doing that, I would probably regurgitate to the ground, or possibly the moment of excitement. Sometimes in the heat of moment, in the heat of passion, you do not think coherently. So maybe you would actually save your stomach until you got to the bottom, and then you would find one of those paper barf bags and utilize that to its fullest extent after the exciting moment of you repelling has actually come to an end. I was actually going to sort of digress a little bit as well and talk about the whole training aspect. It's always good. These vlogs are not pre-planned. To an extent they are. I think a little bit before I get to a place, I kind of survey the area sometimes. Sometimes I go into it blindly, if you will, start filming and roaming around. But usually I will get to a place and kind of pre-plan it to an extent and kind of see what is actually happening before I start filming. If I'm going to get in trouble for filming, if I'm not going to get in trouble for filming, if people are cool with me filming, what the scenario is. So I try to pre-plan a little bit. But as far as training for these vlogs, I do not do a lot of training for these vlogs. But there are certain things in life that you have to train for. Anything like baseball, for example, right across the street. All those players train before they show up and they play a game. Just like these firefighters train before they go out into the world, into their field, put out fires, save lives, do a greater good for the community. I said fur again. Gizmo and his fur is getting me to say fur instead of for, which is very awkward and unusual. I think we can actually see, oh, look at this, fire department parking only. Good thing I did not park here because it's a tow-away zone, and that would not have been good. So training, what have we learned today? It's good to train, it's good to prepare, it's good to actually hone our skills and our interest, practice them, and as we practice them, as we train, we get better at our craft, whatever our craft is and will be. If we put all our desire into it, all our time into it, and train in that area, we will become a professional at what we do. Whether we get paid at it or not, we will be a professional, whatever you are interested in. If you hone your skills, you practice, and you quote unquote train, just like these guys are training at their craft and their skill. This is actually a good open area you can see as well. There's actually some guys over here. Anybody know what those guys are doing? Right over there. It's like they're digging for something. They actually almost have like a wooded area there, almost like a teepee kind of thing set up with a police line around it. I'd really like it if you are experienced in this area of work, in firefighting. Anything that I have obviously screwed up by what I have said in this vlog, correct me, please. Fire hydrant made of yellow, randomly, that has nothing to do with this vlog. Please correct what I have inadequately spewed out of my mouth. This was exciting to me. I got a little sidetracked. I digressed a couple of times, but all in all, hope you enjoyed this. Not this wall, but what was behind this wall. I have some errands to do. I have some things to do today, so I'm going to go upload this vlog. By the way, have you noticed that all these vlogs within the last month or so have all been in HD? Remember what I said about leaving comments? The non-hateful comments, putting positive goodness into the world. You guys wanted HD, so I finally started uploading in HD. Have you noticed a difference in quality? Look at this water. Now, you cannot put a fire out with that dripping water, but I get very excited about dripping water. You'll know in the Adam the Woo videos or these daily vlogs that anytime I find a water spigot and I try to turn it on to see if water is working, that water was working very slowly. All right, check down below for my t-shirts, adamthewoo.spreadshirt.com. Also, social networks, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as where was I 1 year ago and where was I 2 years ago? You can find those links down below. We've talked about a lot of subjects. 2 of them can basically be summed up in this shot. Right there, fire department usage in the form of a fire hydrant. And look at that, a license plate right on the front of my van, baseball. Kind of a tie-in for this vlog because there is a baseball stadium on the other side of the fire department training facility. And one last thing, I see something behind the scenes. It looks like a charred out remain. Whoa, there was a lizard right there. I thought that was a snake for a second. I got terrified. There's some sort of charred out building, not a building, a charred out tractor trailer storage unit right there. You can see the top of it. Hopefully when I peeked my camera over the top of that, you could actually see it. Man, there are a lot of firefighters up there now. Very cool. Random vlogs, random goodness. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are interested not only in my life, but what I show you and the collaboration of both together. That's what I try to do on this daily vlog. It's not about the locations. It's not all about me. It's a combination of both. Me and you vicariously together. So consider this an us. Us, me and you. Us, me and you. And locations. Us, me and you. And locations and wonderful things that I'm showing you. Me and you, us, and locations and wonderful things. Not one, not the other, but together. We're like this. We're like this. That's the point of these vlogs. Not one thing, not the other, but a collaboration. These two, what I just mentioned, connected together like this. BFFs, me and you, man, woman, children, everyone out there. BFFs linked in these daily vlogs and on the main channel, the Adam the Woo, YouTube, Adam the Woo, and YouTube, TheDailyWoo. And I sincerely appreciate you guys joining me on these journeys. There are so many more journeys. I'm approaching 1,000 days very soon. Absolutely amazing. And it's been a wonderful ride. And the ride has just begun. So thank you for being here with me. I cannot express that enough. Thank you. Goodbye.